Hi, I'm Arpitha Vinod, and I'm a senior at Herrick's High School. I've taken math research for the past 4 years, and after high school, I'm planning on majoring in computer science. My topic for today is social media analysis through artificial neural networks. To begin, let's take a look at my Spotify. So every day I go on Spotify and I see that I have a new playlist made for me called Daily Mix 1, and all the songs, even though I don't know it, I really love it. So how does Spotify make me personalized curated playlists every day? Also, I was looking at Adidas shoes the other day. I really want them. Do you think that sometimes that you think of a product and then you see it on your social media? Well, take a look at my Instagram. I just talked about Adidas shoes. How did I just get an advertisement for them? It's like someone is stalking me. Well, actually, the past two examples can be explained through machine learning. So, what is machine learning? Well, machine learning is the study of computer algorithms that learn through experience, as opposed to strict-based programming. It makes predictions based on past events to replicate human thinking. So what is AI? Well, machine learning is a subset of AI, and there are machines that can carry out the same tasks a human can do. Some examples of AI include Google Maps, Face ID technology, autocorrect, recommendations from search engines, and chatbots. What is deep learning? Well, deep learning aids the machine learning by detecting the smallest patterns, and it consists of artificial neural networks. What is a neural network? An artificial neural network, or an ANN, is a layered structure of interconnected nodes. It takes in inputs, processes them, and then outputs them. It's modeled loosely by the biological brain, so each neuron is representative of a node. So my research question for today is, what is the relationship between neural networks and determining the popularity of a social media post? Some questions to consider today are, what are the factors involved in the reachability of an Instagram post? What are some machine learning techniques used in social media? What is the 6 degrees of separation theory? And how are social networks related to artificial neural networks? To begin, what is the 6 degrees of separation theory? The 6 degrees of separation is that you and an individual can know any other individual in the world through just 6 connections between mutual relationships. So, my dear math research judge, if you have a favorite actor anywhere, you might be thinking, well, I'm kind of jealous of my coworker or my cousin because they are so close or they know a celebrity. Well, fear not, because you're still connected within 6 degrees of separation to your favorite actor. The Bacon number. So Kevin Bacon is a famous Hollywood actor, and the Bacon number is the number of connections a celebrity has between themselves and Kevin Bacon, since he was a prominent figure in Hollywood. So if we go to the Bacon number calculator, we can actually see this happening. So let's compare Kevin Bacon to Emma Watson, and let's see what her Bacon number would be. So Emma Watson has a Bacon number of 2. Emma Watson was in this movie with Matthew Broderick, who was in Scum Rocks with Kevin Bacon. So even though Emma Watson hasn't directly been in a movie with Kevin Bacon, she has been in a movie with this intermediary Matthew, so as a result, she has a Bacon number of 2. And the factor here is if you have been in a movie with someone, with Kevin Bacon. Graph theory and the Bacon number. So how is the Bacon number an example of graph theory? Well, the famous graph theory problem is trying to find the shortest path between 2 points. Each actor here is given a vertex, and an edge is created if 2 actors have acted in a movie together. So the goal is to find the shortest path between an actor vertex and the Kevin Bacon vertex. So there are 2 algorithms that can explain this. One is the Dijkstra's algorithm. Dijkstra's algorithm and Bacon number. So the shortest path algorithm used by many GPS services is the Dijkstra's algorithm to find the shortest path between your location and the destination you want to head to. So it uses nodes, which are the neurons we were talking about before, and it starts at a source node. So the source node here is Kevin Bacon. However, the Dijkstra's algorithm can only work with positive weights. The factor here is acted in a movie with Kevin Bacon, so the weight is going to be similar for every single person. It's going to be +1 if they have acted in a movie. Now, the second algorithm, which works better, is the breadth search first algorithm. This algorithm has nodes that are visited in layers. So each node is represented by d sub I. So if s is equal to the source node, the variable d sub s is equal to 0, since the Bacon number of Kevin Bacon will be 0, and d sub I is equal to infinity if I is not equal to s. If the current node is equal to n, if n is adjacent to p, the equation d sub n is equal to d sub p plus 1 if d sub n is equal to infinity is set. And the source node can be replaced for anybody in the breadth search first algorithm. So the Arpitha number, I came up with my own Bacon number, which I came up with the Arpitha number. So that's the number of degrees of separation between me and any other person. So this algorithm, which I coded in Java, replicates the breadth first search algorithm. and all nodes have a weight of +1, similar to the Bacon number. But the only factor here is that you have talked to me, not that you have acted in a movie with me, since I am not an actress. The Arpitha number Java code. So if you go to my Java code, we will see that I have used a bunch of iterations between the if and else statements to ask a bunch of yes or no questions to the user to see how many levels are they related to me and how many degrees of separation are there. So I go through it in different levels, so different layers. So the first layer, it would be the Herrick's High School layer, so if someone goes to my school. The second layer would be New Hyde Park, because I have a lot of friends in New Hyde Park, so that's the second layer if they're related to me. The third layer would be FL Robotics, because that's another place where people may know me. And the fourth layer is the Malayali community, because that's another layer where people could know me. So if we run this program, we can try to calculate the Arpitha number for our pretend person. So I enter a name, so I'll enter a random person's name, so Annie. Hi Annie, let us calculate your Arpitha number. Are you acquainted with Arpitha? I'm going to put N because if I put yes, the Arpitha number would be 1. Herrick's High School, I'm going to say N. New Hyde Park, I'm going to say N. FL Robotics, I'm going to say yes, I did do FL Robotics. Let's say Annie did do FL Robotics. Did you compete in Long Island? I'm going to say no. All right, so your Arpitha number is 5. So Annie's Arpitha number is 5 because your coach knew your local judge, who knew the general judge board, who knew my coach, who knew me. So now Annie has the Arpitha number of 5. That means she talked to someone, who talked to someone, who talked to someone, who talked to someone, who talked to me. Going back to my presentation. So here are the takeaways from the Arpitha number which I coded. The source node is me, Arpitha, and there are multiple ways to reach an Arpitha number of 5. So this is similar to the multiple pathways nodes could take to reach a source node. So Annie could have taken a different path. Maybe she knew me through New Hyde Park, but she could have still reached the number 5 in many different ways. So neural networks in social media. Neural networks were used to analyze effects of Instagram posts on women's mental health and body image issues, since that is a very important issue right now. So the upward identifications are posts that were viewed with hope and inferiority by the woman, and downward identifications were posts that were viewed with disappointment and superiority. So there were 3 machine learning techniques in play here with the artificial neural networks in this study. The 3 main machine learning techniques are support vector regression, echo state network, and adaptive network fuzzy injective system. So the support vector machine, the 3 parameters to the support vector machine are hyperplanes, which are lines separating 2 data classes, the computational cost, which is the time it takes for a program to execute, a kernel, which finds the hyperplane without increasing computational cost, and a decision boundary, which is a line which separates positive examples from negative examples. So an upward identification characteristics are feelings of hope, which we saw before, which have a positive weight and lie on the positive side of the decision boundary. But a downward identification characteristics, like the feeling of disappointment, is a negative weight and lies on the negative side of the decision boundary. So the decision boundary in the vector support machine, so the upward identifications would be here, and the downward identifications would be there. So next up, we have the objective function for the ordinary least squares. So in the neural networks, the objective function is the function that needs to be minimized or maximized. So there are predictors, which are observations of a data point. So in here, y sub I is the target, x sub I is the predictor, and w sub I is the coefficient. Next up, we have the objective function to minimize and the constraint equation, which is necessary for the vector support regression. So in certain cases, error is okay as long as it falls within a certain range. In support vector regression, objective function minimizes the coefficient vector. It also makes use of the Epsilon, which is the E right here, which is the maximum error and is dealt with in the constraint equation. So in conclusion, some takeaways are that neural networks make use of several mathematical techniques in machine learning to make predictions from data. Many types of algorithms and networks, both social, online, and in person, that can tell companies, users, researchers, and the general public about how data is being used and how far-reaching it is. The popularity of a social media post can also be realized through neural networks. Some recommendations for further research include analyzing different factors of a social network, identifying the weightages for each factor instead of just a +1 weightage, and sharing my research with research institutions specialized in machine learning, AI, and social media sentiment analysis. So thank you so much, and please find me at my email, arpithavinod@gmail.com, if you have any questions. Thank you, and have a great day.